Hi guys, Borgio here, bringing you a guide on armor tiers and stat requirements in Everquest 2's expansion, Altar of Malice. Since Tears of Vishan, SOE has implemented a gear system that makes it easier to understand how and where to upgrade your armor from, and a currency system to help facilitate this and reward gameplay that you want to do. In this guide, I'll be running through how and where to get these armor pieces in the latest expansion, Altar of Malice. The first thing to note about this upgrade system is that it is meant for max level characters. You won't even be able to zone into the area for the lowest tier piece until level 98 anyway, so the best choice is to level to 100. My advice for leveling is to run the signature questline through AOM. This can easily be completed in whatever gear you are using at the time, be it level 95 crafted or even last expansion questline gear. Not only will this give you experience, it will also reward you with a baseline set of gear which is actually good enough to be getting on with. The culmination of this questline will reward you with a fairly decent flying mount with good stats. As you run the questline, you'll be led through the easier dungeons on solo difficulty, which should not pose much of a problem, and you will soon be staring at the final endgame gear grind after a couple of days. So in order to get started in this system, it's important to understand how it works. Each tier is given a colour. This colour represents overall power of an item, and dictates roughly the content it drops from. The colour tiers are yellow, blue, green, red, and purple, in that order. We won't do much talking about purple or red, since if you're getting those tiers, I doubt you need this guide, but we'll instead be focusing on yellow, blue, and green. The first area to make yourself familiar with is the quest hub in Phantom Sea. Once you have finished the questline, you'll have an item to teleport you straight here. It looks like an anchor. Be sure to pick up all of the advanced solo, daily advanced solo, and weekly advanced solo quests that are offered here, since these will reward the crates where your gear will come from. To gain yellow gear, you're going to want to run through all of the advanced solo dungeons. These will drop gear from the final boss only, but you may also get lucky with one of the quests you picked up and get some armor from that too, but it's not guaranteed. You might get current tier adornments from it instead. Stat requirements for the advanced solos are negligible, with no hard and fast resist or hit point totals needed. From my testing, it is perfectly possible to run the advanced solo dungeons with a complementary mercenary to your class in quested gear. The first thing you might notice about the first piece of yellow gear you get is that it is overall worse than quested armor for the same slot. And this is true. Taking a look at a pair of questline legs, you can see that they grant 295 main stat with 28.1 crit bonus. The same type of yellow legs only give 276 main stat with 26.2 crit bonus. The magic comes from upgrading this gear. Upgrading can be done using the new currency, Ferrins. You will get Ferrins for completing quests located in the quest hub, from completing collections, and from random clicky quests out in the world. As normal, if you're a subscriber, you can look forward to double Ferrins. There is a merchant inside the tower at the quest hub who sells gemstones of the appropriate colour. For our current purposes, we want a yellow one. This costs 9 Ferrins and 7 plat 50 gold for one. A total of 4 gems can be placed into yellow armor to upgrade it. As you can see from the graphic on screen, as you place more and more gems into the armor, it slowly surpasses the quest gear at 2 gems till it maxes at 4. If you find you can't afford the ferring cost for an upgrade, then another way to get gemstones directly is to kill overland named monsters. These have a chance of dropping coloured gemstones. But what if that piece of yellow gear isn't the right type? Well, SOE has you covered there too. In the same tower in the quest hub, there is another merchant who is a barter and exchange merchant. First off, as long as you have completed the quest, you can purchase any piece of the quested armor you like. This means you can pick which set or pieces of a set you want to wear. However, more importantly for our needs is he sells an item called a Malice Gem Cannibalizer. This item can be used on any unwanted coloured piece of gear to grant you Malice Gems of that type. If you collect enough of these gems, you can actually purchase the piece of gear you do want directly from this merchant. Okay, so now you're feeling pretty better about yourself and want to try some harder content. Blue gem gear comes from Tier 1 heroic zones, and for these zones you will need a group. Not only that, you will need to have a minimum number of stats to even think about attempting them. So what are the Tier 1 zones, I hear you cry? They are the following: Broken Skull Bay Bilgewater Falls, Broken Skull Bay Hoist the Yellowjack, Zavith Lower the Lost Caverns, Zavith Lower the Hidden Caldera, and Zavith Lower the Hunt. Some of these are actually event heroics, which is designed to be ran quickly, so if you don't have much time, then try these zones. The important stats you'll need to have before attempting them, though, are at least 100,000 to all resists and a bare minimum of 500,000 hit points. Obviously, this varies by class, and any tank should aim for more hit points. The reason for these numbers, particularly the resists, is that SOE has finally fixed them, and resists mean something now. Too little, and the effects are going to hit harder and harder to the point of one-shotting you, whereas being over the resist requirement will lessen the effect. If you have been unlucky getting jewelry drops up to this point to bring you up to this total, then crafted jewelry will definitely work to plug the gap. So you complete your first run and get your first bit of blue gear, and again it's worse than 4-gemmed yellow. However, this time the number of gems needed to make it better is less. In fact, you only need 1 gem. The graphic on screen shows the progression of the same type of legs up to 4-gem blue. These gems again can be gained from the same merchant in Phantom Sea, but this time the price is 45 ferrins and 24 plat a gem. The last tier of heroic gear is now probably within touching distance, and that is green gear. Green armor can be gained from tier 2 and tier 3 heroics. The tier 2 zones are Broken Skull Bay, Bosun's Private Stock, Ossuary, Resonance of Malice, Castle Highhold, Castle Highhold Threshinet's Den, Castle Highhold Insider Treachery, Shreysha Temple, Shreysha Temple Taskmaster's Echo. And the tier 3 zones are Ossuary Sanguine Fountains, Ossuary Choir of Teville, and Shreysha Temple Inner Sanctum. For the tier 2 zones, the stats you're looking to need are 120,000 resists and 600,000 hit points minimum. And for the tier 3 you want even more resist than that. 130,000 and 700,000 hit points is a good starting point. As normal, baseline green gear is worse than 4-gemmed blue, but improves after 1 gem and beyond. The graphic on screen shows the progression for green gear. Green gear will be the stopping point for any normal heroic only character, but should you wish to move into raiding, this gear is more than good enough to take you there. Upgrade gems for green gear are 200 ferrins a pop, as well as 45 plat each. Hopefully, this little guide has enabled you to understand more fully the upgrade path in AOM, and you're now able to more quickly and easily judge where your attention should be focused to get the best for your character. As normal, if you found this guide helpful, hit me up with a comment, a like, or a subscription. My name's Borgio, and I'll see you guys next time.